like somebody who was acting as an agent for Scientology. But it wasn't until I asked one of my 25 yes or no questions that I was certain he was an agent of Scientology. One of my questions was, Mr. Eckers, do you have a personal arrangement with the Church of Scientology to pay your legal fees in this case? You've never seen opposing counsel stand up so fast to object. He had case law locked and loaded. It was a whole thing. I had to argue. He argued. The judge had to consider it. She overruled on one basis, but on another basis, she wanted to look at the case law. I had to move on with other questions. She took a break and read cases. It was a whole thing. And so I finished the rest of my questions. And I thought we were maybe even going to have to brief this. And my co-counsel, Matthew Struger, who was not in court that day, was ready to brief it as I'm texting him, this is what's going on. Because, you know, the First Amendment stuff is his expertise. And there were First Amendment cases that crossed into this attorney's fees stuff. And he had dealt a lot with this. But we didn't have to do that because she came out after I'd finished all of my questions. And she said, I've made a decision on Mr. Brown. That's opposing counsel's objection. And she overruled it and turned to Mr. Eckers, said, you need to answer the question. So I asked my question again. And Mr. Eckers said, yes. Now, I had 6 more questions after that if he had said no, because maybe Scientology was paying part of his fees, right? Because the first question is, are they paying your legal fees? That means all of them. And I asked, like, is the Church of Scientology doing it? I honestly thought the answer would be no, because I didn't think the church would be that stupid. I had a bunch of other questions that narrowed it down. If he had said no to that, I would have asked, is the Church of Scientology, do you have a personal arrangement with the Church of Scientology to pay a portion of your fees? Then I would have asked if a member of Church of Scientology had an arrangement with him to pay all or a portion of his fees. Then if it had been no all the way down, I would have gotten down to people, you know, somebody else that was trying to help the Church of Scientology. I did not think I would get a yes to my first question in that line of questioning. So my next statement was, I have no further questions for this witness. I got what I needed. Dude is an agent of Scientology.
It's incredible. It is absolutely